the blessings you've been praying for showed up, disguised as a burden? What if the thing others were afraid to host became the very thing God used to heal your house? Have you ever felt unseen while doing what's right? Today, we will meet someone who God noticed, and their story just might help you and me. Hey family, my name is Tony Lewis, and it's my plum-pleasing pleasure as usual to share with you today a few minutes for us. The U is for underdogs and the S is for strugglers in the Bible. And God still uses broken people. If these video moments are ministering to you, hit like so this message can lift someone else. Subscribe for your weekly spiritual reset. Share this with someone, just one, who feels overlooked but not overruled. Because sometimes, just sometimes, your greatest blessing arrives quietly. Meet the 51st underdog. In the next 3 episode series, we will be dealing with called Heaven Notices the Hidden. Heaven Notices the Hidden. Today, we meet a man who didn't chase after the spotlight, but the presence of God found his address. Obed-Edom. Obed-Edom, a hidden hero. God rewarded a hidden hero. God rewarded a hidden hero. Let me tell you about his story. It's in 2 Samuel chapter 6, also in 1 Chronicles chapters 15 and 26. Obed-Edom was not a king, not a prophet, not even a warrior. He was simply available, a Levite from Gath. When King David tried to move the Ark of the Covenant, the sacred symbol of God's presence, the journey went terribly wrong. A man named Uzzah touched the Ark and irreverently, boom, was struck down dead instantly. Fear flooded the atmosphere. King David panicked and the procession stopped. Nobody wanted the Ark because God's holiness is misunderstood. People start backing away from his presence, but not Obed-Edom. Instead of running from what others feared, he opened his door. For 3 months, the presence of God rested in his home. And the scripture tells us that something amazing happened, y'all. The Lord blessed Obed-Edom and his entire household. Not visited, not nudged, blessed, blessed, blessed so powerfully that word reached the king's ear. Yo, David, the house where the ark sits, you know the man, everything there is flourishing. Crops are thriving, his peace is increasing, provisions are multiplying. But why? Because wherever God is welcome, favor follows. Wherever God is welcome, favor follows. Check him out. Check him out, y'all. Let me tell you about this brother's struggle. Let's be honest. Housing and hosting the ark was risky. Man just died. Obed-Edom struggled with the fear factor. Someone just died, y'all. Near it. The reputation of risk. Why would I bring that in my house, he may have thought. The pressure of proximity, living daily near God's holiness. What? He struggled with the weight of responsibility, handling what others mishandle. My God, who am I talking to? He struggled with the unknown outcome, blessing or judgment. Yet he chose presence over popularity and faith over fear. Let me tell you about this brother's success. Obed-Edom teaches us something powerful. You don't have to be prominent to be positioned. He succeeded because he welcomed what others rejected. He honored what others mishandled. He stewarded what others feared. And God trusted him with his presence. But what is the lesson? What is the lesson? When you make room for God in your heart and your habits, he releases good gifts into your life. When you make room for God in your heart and your habits, he releases good gifts into your life. So remember, when you struggle like Obed-Edom and feel overlooked but obedient, who am I talking to? Hidden but helpful, ordinary but open, unnoticed but unwavering. Hear me now, family. God often does his most amazing work in quiet homes that nobody posts about online. Let me say that again. God often does his most amazing work in quiet homes that nobody posts about online. Stay open, stay reverent, stay ready. So remember, when you succeed like Obed-Edom, success rises when you prioritize presence over popularity. You choose courage over comfort. Welcome what others withdraw from. Honor what others handle lightly. Success rises when you create room for the sacred. Guard the glory of God carefully. Recognize that nearness produces nourishment. Believe God blesses availability. Lord have mercy. You don't have to run after blessings when you stay close to God. Let me say that again. You don't have to run after blessings when you stay close to God. Favor knows your address. And remember the lesson. When you make room for God in your heart and your habits, he releases good gifts into your life. When you make room for God in your heart and your habits, he releases good gifts into your life. God still uses broken people, y'all. See you next week for the next A Few Minutes for Us episode. In the series, Heaven Notices the Hidden. To God be the glory. I'm out, y'all.